can't even imagine what you were thinking, when you set out on this journey. You're by yourself, don't have a whole lot with you, that you're leaving to go start a new life. Did you know that the goal was to come to America, or was it just to get to somewhere safer than where you were?
No, anywhere, honestly. It wasn't. In fact, I applied to every single country that I could apply to, and I was open to be accepted anywhere in the world, as long as the majority is Christianity.
So you take off going. What was the road? Was it dangerous, the trip? I mean, did you see? I mean, was there anybody that was? You said some people weren't making it and things like that. So I assume that it wasn't just a stroll right across the border type of thing.
Yeah, for sure. It was mountains. In fact, not me, but when we got to the refugees camp, we heard from other groups that came after us that they went through a minefield, and some of them lost their legs and parts of their body. Some of them didn't make it. I know of a family that were carrying 2 kids, and they're walking on until the morning the next day, and then they looked at both of their kids were frozen. They were dead.
Oh man, that's so sad. Yeah.
Many people drifted on the river. Just that water was running. It was a big river, but many kids drifted, and nobody ever knew anything about them.
It's terrible. So this picture that I'm showing right here, this is you. This is at a refugee camp, correct?
Yes.
So and this was you told me this is the first time you ever saw real snow, or that you could remember?
Yeah, I would say, we were so excited to see snow.
So
we used to see it we were locked in the beginning for the first, I would say, 4 or 5 months. We were not allowed to go out, so we would see it from the windows. But where I lived, and there was no snow, so I would say this is the first time that I went, actually.
Was that refugee camp, was it in Turkey, or was that in where was that at?
No, that was in Turkey.
Okay.
I would say about 8 hours drive from the border. Of course, they took us to a couple different places. First, it was the police station, and we were fed there and kept warm. And then they moved us to another smaller hotel, and this was a hotel originally that they emptied, and they let refugees go in there. And then they put us in small rooms where there's 8 beds in it, just to sleep. The rooms were very small, but we were thankful to have a nice warm place.
So were you allowed to pray and worship, things like that, in a refugee camp, or was it kind of almost like, what was life even like there?
To a limit, it was. Turkey is another non-Christian country, so to a limit. I mean, I think we celebrated on Easter and Christmas. We celebrated a mass. We had a priest with us that escaped too, so we would just gather together and we would celebrate mass. But it wasn't as bad as it was before.
I got you. So, and contact with your family at all?
None.
So here you are, 15 years old, no contact with your family, and so they know that you've left, and so I mean they've got word of that, you assume. And the people that you were with, did you know them?
I had some relatives with, but the plan was I was supposed to stay with them because I'm young, and
Yeah.
I can't be on my own. But unfortunately, as soon as we got to Turkey, the Turkish government was so worried at the time about the soldiers, so they separated kids and families from soldiers. The soldiers were taken to a higher security building. And so I walked with them 4 days and 4 nights. As soon as I got there, that was the last time I saw them.
Oh man, wow. Yeah.
And we just separated until about, I would say, maybe 20 or 30 years later. I did. Some of them ended up in. I know 2 of them are here in Michigan, which I see more often, and another 2 are in Australia.
Wow.